Okay, now here is John Lennon Mind Games. Certainly an improvement from the last album. There's Yoko Ono on the horizon, and there's John down there. There's the back, with a rainbow this time. This album's got some pretty good tracks on it. I like, I'd say my favourite track's probably the title song, Mind Games. But there are some other good songs in there as well. As a matter of fact, I've also got this album on cassette here. There it is. I think I got this for free as well, actually, from a local record store, because it was just giving away loads of cassettes he didn't want, so I was up for that. And this album on vinyl is on the Apple label still. This is a slightly lighter version of the Apple, so I don't know if that's just how it was when it was released, or if this is just a slightly later pressing of it. And the sleeve comes with the lyrics printed on, which is always good, in case you want to have a little sing along with John and Yoko. Okay, now for another of John Lennon's more famous albums, Walls and Bridges, featuring some of his childhood drawings on the front of John Lennon playing football. Unusually, this album actually opens from the left, not the right. And the thing I like on the back, of course, is that you can change John's face to several different expressions, so you can have some fun with that while listening to the album. Now, I particularly like some of the tracks on this album, actually. Whatever Gets You Through the Night's actually one of my favourite John Lennon songs, so that's great, that's on the album. Number 9, Dream, is also included, one of his most famous songs. And I haven't heard this album in a while, although I know a lot of these album tracks are actually pretty good. So I'd say this is probably one of his better mid-70s albums. I find the inner sleeve for this album quite amusing. There we go. And he's got this album also on Apple. Again, quite a light coloured Apple, but Apple nonetheless. And this album also comes with this little booklet thing. There's John, and there's some information. And on the inside, it's got the lyrics for all the songs, plus a few more drawings, which is really good. Right, excellent. It's always nice when you get a little insert alongside the album. Also helps to keep things interesting. Okay, now on to Shaved Fish, which I believe is the earliest John Lennon compilation album. And it is a very good compilation album, actually. It's got all of his hits from 1969 till 1975, which I believe this was released. So great track list in there. All brilliant songs. It's even got one from sometime New York City, Woman is the Nigger of the World, which I'm not crazy over myself, but oh well, just my opinion. What I do like about the cover of this album is that it gives you a little illustration to go with each song. I find that interesting to look at. And I also do like the inner sleeve for this. It's like the Japanese flag on one side, the rising sun, and on the other side has the lyrics for all the songs. I've got it in a separate inner sleeve by itself. There's Shaved Fish, the album, again on Apple. Still on Apple at this point. And yeah, that's a nice, neat little compilation album. And that served well until this later compilation album came upon the scene. The John Lennon Collection, which is slightly more thorough because this was released in about 1980, or actually I think this might even have been a posthumous release. I'd have to check the date on this one. It's 80s anyway, yeah, because it's got all these 1980s songs on, like Watching the Wheels and Just Like Starting Over, Beautiful Boy, All those classic 80s tracks. But anyway, like Shaved Fish, it's got all these hits, plus his more recent material of the time. So, excellent combination there. This one's on EMI though, rather than rather than the Apple label. Now on to a rock and roll album by John Lennon. John Lennon Rock and Roll, rather aptly named. This is John Lennon just outside, I believe it's the Cavern or some type of bar in Liverpool. I've been to that spot actually. It's just opposite the Cavern. And yeah, it's just a lot of 50s rock and roll standards, but I'm definitely not annoyed about that at all, because that's the sort of thing I really like. Bebop Baloo, Stand By Me was the single off the album. Very, very good version of that. And yeah, just standards like Ain't That a Shame and More on Side 2, Slipping and Sliding, Peggy Sue. You know, it's all that type of stuff. Still very good though. You can actually get an MFP version of this album as well, just a version of it on the budget label, and you can actually get an MFP version of Mind Games too. This is on the Apple label. Yeah, this should have actually been before the John Lennon collection. Anyway, there we go. Now on to his last album before he died, Double Fantasy. And that, as the sticker so rightly says, includes a hit single just like Starting Over, my favourite track off the album. Now Yoko does have quite a bit of material on the album. However, for Yoko Ono, it's not that bad. It's listenable. It's not her like screaming caterwaul and stuff really anyway. So yeah, that's got some of his best 80s tracks on: Watching the Wheels, Beautiful Boy, Just Like Starting Over, all those. And this is on the Geffen Records, which is the label he was on at this time, Geffen Records. And the in-sleeve comes with the lyrics on both sides. Okay, so that's it for the albums. Oh, I'll show these now before I forget as well. I've also got the John Lennon collection on cassette. Picked up for 25p at a charity shop just recently, actually. There it is, yeah. Same track listing, same order as well, I believe. Because sometimes they can be changed around for cassettes, but this one's just the same as the LP. There's a cassette. And I also got this John Lennon cassette single, Imagine. It's got two other tracks, Imagine, Happy Xmas War Is Over, and Give Peace a Chance. It's the same 3 songs on both sides of the cassette, actually. And, of course, I've got this great CD compilation, Lennon Legend, which is 20 of his best tracks.